All right, folks, let's go ahead and talk about week 2, day 3. Again, we are discussing this grad value of open to growth. Your students by now should start to figure out there's a routine to this class. You walk in, you say hello, you sit with your 2 o'clock partner. So that means that I probably should go to my planner, look for that clock, make sure I know who that is. And then I'm going to go to day 3 of my planner and reflect on this quote. There's even a space on the planner for them to write that stuff down. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. You, the facilitator, take attendance, get comfortable, give them a few minutes to reflect. We go ahead and pray the sushi pay, a prayer at this point that they've prayed a couple more, or at least 4 times, especially with Mondays. Saying Ignatius Loyola, pray for us. And then you're going to get to agenda. So again, we're going over bell ringer, homework, Canvas check, which I want to spend a little time discussing, the module scavenger hunt, which is a favorite, and then our Canvas 6-word memoir. So first thing you're going to do is tell the students, I asked you to bring your cell phone today. This is an appropriate time to take out your cell phone. And I just want you to show me that you have your Canvas app and your Genius Scan app. I want you to show me that you have it, right? So leave that on your desk. Go ahead and do that now. Once you've done doing that, go ahead and put your laptop lids 90 degrees. And I want you to go to that 6-word memoir assignment on Canvas, and I want you to find the comment section. Once you find the comment section, I want you to respond back to my comment to see that you understand how comments work on Canvas. When you are done with that, you're going to put your laptop lid 45 degrees. So give the students time to work on the Canvas check as you do the homework check. I think it might be helpful if you have your roster and you just check next to their names. That seems to be useful and helpful. If you have Canvas on your phone, you want to grade that way as well. It's just not going to be as intuitive or productive. Students might get done with this early. So I would say when you do this homework check, give it about 5 minutes. And if you're still checking cell phones, tell them, I'm going to still continue to check your homework, but let's go ahead and do some icebreakers with our 2 o'clock partner. So you can give them Teaser Tuesday, no computers because their lids should be down at this point. And a really fun one, can you figure out 3 bizarre things that you have in common? And the more weird, eccentric, the better. Some not so fun connections are like, hey, we both go to Loyola, or we're both freshmen, or, we are the same age, or we're in a CY1 class together. Get kind of into it, give them some time. And so that's going to allow you to get that homework check done, not feel too stressed out about the details. And then I love being able to say, okay, I'm going to give you about 2 more minutes to find that crazy connection, and then ask who here has the most bizarre intersection between you and your 2 o'clock partner, and ask who thinks has that. Or if you have a quiet class, just cold call some people. Hey, Wyatt, what do you think about X? Or what did you connect with your partner? So give them some time to get to know one another. Then we're going to go back to this planner page. So, hey, on your planner, you reflected on this quote, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. What do you think that has to do with teachers and rules? Give them some opportunities to kind of connect with that particular quote. And I think what's most important is to recognize that in order for teachers need to know that you're going to bring your materials to class on time. It's one of our rules. Teachers want to know that you're productive, so you're using your time appropriately. So there's lots of different ways that they can connect this quote to teachers and rules. And I think part of it is that your preparation mentally, physically, the things that you have, and your attitude really reflect on how things go in a teacher's class. Then we're going to go ahead and say, okay, listen, your laptop lid should at this point already be 45 degrees. So if they're open, please go ahead and shut them. We're going to talk a little bit about Canvas modules and calendar. So you can do 2 things. You can split screen, but quite frankly, you could just use the whole screen and go and say, okay, we've talked about Canvas before. What's this called again? So I'd actually go to my dashboard and say, okay, what is this page called again? Have someone say it's a dashboard. And what are the little cards called? Oh, they're course cards. We're going to click on our course card, right? And what's this first thing that pops up once I click on my course card. Oh, right now I accidentally clicked on something. That's my homepage. It's my landing page. Wonderful. And we also talked about announcements last time. Now we're going to discuss two really important things. We're going to discuss the Canvas modules and the calendar. So if we click on modules, we want to show the students that modules are usually grouped up by units or by important tasks. So they're going to notice that they've already been through 1 week of CY1. They've got both their slide deck and assignments ready for them to go, as well as planner pages. So this is kind of typically what a module would look like. We're going to preview week 2. You're going to notice we've got a couple of assignments, one that's going to be in class and a couple that will be for homework. You're also going to notice, so different types of the due dates are underneath. So when I do this, I would recommend that you do this in student view, because it will look slightly different than what your teacher view is, right? So we're doing this in student view. Once we go over, okay, these are modules. Next, you're going to click on calendar. And this is when you can ask students to, after you explain it, to move the laptop lid 90 degrees. I also want to show you this calendar feature. And the reason why this calendar feature is so essential is because I want to show you something. So here we are in June. You can see all the assignments for CY1. Don't get stressed out. If I unclick this box, they all of a sudden disappear. And that's because what this calendar feature is wonderful, but I can choose to see or not see assignments. I encourage every student to highlight all of their classes. So when we get into July 1, when you get your schedules, you should do this. The reason why is every year we get a student that says, well, I didn't have an assignment due. And I go, show me your calendar. And it's not highlighted. So we want to kind of give them that anecdote, tell them, go ahead, highlight what's important. Next, we're going to say, we want you to experience a module, and you're going to actually go on a virtual scavenger hunt. And if you need some support, you've got your 2 o'clock partner there to help you out. So we're going to go ahead and, again, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to go back to my modules. And you're going to say underneath, and this is, the students can have, you can decide whether to do laptop lids 45 degrees if you think they're not paying attention. We're going to go back to our course card. We're going to go back to modules. And we are going to scroll past week 2 to where it says module scavenger hunt. And you're going to give them approximately 15 to 20 minutes to do this. So very quickly, I want to show you what the assignments look like. Students have to do them in order to get to the next assignment. So they need a Genius scan, a classmate 6-word memoir from their planner. So if I was on day 2, you can see, well, you can't see, I got to turn my background off. Oh, there we go. The 6-word memoir brainstorm. They should screenshot that or take it with their phone, Genius scan it because they have it, and put it in there. If you have a kid that forgot his cell phone, just tell him that his 2 o'clock buddy is going to Genius scan it for him and forward an email. So we want to practice sort of those skills. Once we've moved on from Are You Genius, once they've submitted that, so you see it, we're going to go to Are You Locked In? This is the hardest step, which is why it's in the middle, because the students have to read instructions. And essentially what they're doing is they're downloading Lockdown Browser onto their computers. Once they've done that, they're going to be able to take the quiz, which is next. And the quiz, the instructions have the code, and the instructions say the code is 2021. I know it's 2022, but unfortunately, I didn't make the little guide for Lockdown Browser. So it's 2021, that's the code. Once they get into it and they use the code, they have 5 minutes to take this quiz. And you're going to notice it has a lot to do with basically what they've been learning up to this point. And then once they finish that, they're going to go, are you calendared? We talked about this. Go to Canvas Calendar. Make sure that all of your classes are highlighted. We went over this skill, but I'm going to make sure you did it. Screenshot it using this keyboard shortcut. And then once they've done that and submitted it as a file upload, you did it. Go ahead and click here, and you're going to notice it's a quiz. Most students, because we eliminated a step in this module scavenger hunt, should be able to get to this last part, the special sauce. Yeah, and I need to fix that on the slide deck. It's going to be assignment 4. Special sauce, they should be able to get to this, ideally. Now, I always say to students, if you finished everything, can you get first place? And that's going to also help you with the timing of the lesson. So when you've got about 80%, at least when you get 100% of people done with assignments 1 through 3 and they're on the special sauce, you can start to move on. But you also want to kind of cut this activity off probably at the 20-minute mark. So going back to the lesson plan, yeah, 15 minutes. We don't really want to go too far beyond that, but if you need to, there's a lot of flexibility in the last part in Canva. So that's great. So once we've done that, congratulations, you've experienced a module. Let's go ahead and look at this module, and you'll see that if we go back to week 2 module, that we have an assignment titled Canva 6-word memoir. So what you are going to do is we're going to take your 6-word memoir that you've already written, and you are going to create something that's either like an Instagrammable post. You can make it a GIF with some animations, as you see mine has that. And what we really are trying to do is kind of showcase your brilliance, give fluff up, there you go a little bit. And you can tell them that the program director, I go through all of their 6-word memoirs and pick my favorites. I pick the best ones and we publish them on Loyola's website. So we want to kind of set the precedent that this is important. Once they've done that, you're going to tell them, all right, walk with me. We're going to go to Canva. You are going to have them log in with their Loyola HS email. Anytime we use a third-party platform, we want to make sure that we're logging in with our Loyola Gmail. So they do that. And then we're just going to tell them, here's what the assignment is, right? If you can split screen if you'd like. When I go to the 6-word memoir assignment, the rubric is at the very bottom. So does it include a 6-word memoir? Does it include your name? Does it include a correct submission type? Did you submit as a file as the attachment? And then creativity. Is it representative of what you're saying? Is it neatly made? Those watermarks, I hate when there's watermarks in the background that sort of distract from the main message. So tell the students, you're going to create a design. This is an Instagram post. You want to find your perfect image, and the rest is sort of for them to play with. Font, placement, make it an animated text or PNG or JPEG. So they have time to do this. What I find with our students is they like to rush. So again, if the module assignment takes a little bit over that 30 minutes, I think you're going to be okay. But just tell the students, listen, I don't want rushed work. I want you to try to make something that is beautiful, because again, we're looking to showcase who you are to the whole of Loyola. A lot of people go on our website and the web traffic shows that this is a popular part of the website. So we want students to recognize they're awesome. Once they've done that, you can go ahead and say, I would say probably around the 15-minute mark, hey, 15 minutes, you can put some music on. This is a great time where if a student finishes early and you think their product is quality, you can say to them, listen, you've got some homework that's due. Why don't you work on that homework? So that includes you're submitting this 6-word memoir, this Canva one as a file upload, and we have this course contract and academic integrity clause. Now they can't submit that today unless they have a parent signature, but what's brilliant is that they can at least fill it out for themselves. And then if they have any other assignments that are due, right? So if we go to our calendar, any other assignments that are missing or due, like, yep, if they haven't done their Jamf Pro, they might want to enroll in that. That takes time and you're there to support them, right? At this point, this should be turned in and submitted. This should be good to go because we did this during class. So again, we're just thinking, okay, look ahead. These are the things that were assigned. All right. And then obviously all the things that we did for the module. You gotta be prepared for that. And that's the lesson. You're gonna notice there's a lot of time in this lesson. So you might end early. So this is an opportunity for you to use that back pocket plan B, come up with a more robust question, but really we wanted to leave time for creativity to get them caught up so that they don't, because week one's sort of overwhelming with tech and this is a little bit less of an issue. So that's that.